Bears and Skins tonight on Monday Night Football. Who will have tonight's Bridgestone clutch performance? LaDainian.
Montgomery, the rookie out of Iowa State, I tell you what, they've been getting more comfortable playing this guy. He's getting more touches, more opportunities, and pretty soon, I'm just telling you, he's about to take over in that backfield.
All right, Willie, who you got?
Well, give me the Bears defense, and I know it's probably low-hanging fruit, but this Bears defense allows them the opportunity to stay in football games. They're only giving up 12 points per game. They need to probably score on defense and get some more takeaways until this Bears offense catches up. This Bears defense is so explosive. They're doing a great job. They just need to stay consistent.
David, who's it going to be?
My man, Mitchell Trubisky. After the first 15 plays, he starts to lock into guys a little bit, and he doesn't get off his first read. So just really watch that. If he can get through his progressions and make some throws, he's going to have success. If he doesn't do that, it's going to be a tough road against the Redskins.
All right, thanks, fellas. Let's get some more on the Monday night matchup right now. We go back live to Landover, Maryland. Mike Garafolo is standing by. Mike, within the last hour or so, the inactives list came out tonight, and there's a surprise name on it for Chicago. What can you tell us?
That'd be right tackle Bobby Massie, and there was no update to the injury report. He was not on it the other day, so it was indeed a surprise. I have since spoken with several sources, and they say that Massie is dealing with vertigo. Now, the team has not confirmed that part, but they did confirm that he is inactive because of an illness tonight. I have not had vertigo before, but I've spoken to people who have. Apparently, that is no fun. So no Massie tonight. He was the one that was going to be going up against Ryan Kerrigan. So now Ryan Kerrigan will face Cornelius Lucas, who is making his 9th career NFL start. So that could be a mismatch for the Redskins. I spoke to Kerrigan the other day. He said, this offense has given us the lead in 2 games. We have not held it as a defense. That's the most disappointing part. So look for a more spirited, prideful performance from this Redskins defense tonight.
Little footnote on Washington, one of only 2 teams remaining in pro football that has not turned the ball over. So perhaps a good omen there going into Monday Night Football. Thanks, Mike. Check back with you closer to kickoff. Lindsay?
Elsewhere in the NFC East, how about them Cowboys? That win over the Dolphins, their 3rd of the year, a 25-point win in which they had 2 running backs go for 100-plus on the ground. Their 2nd straight game with 200-plus rushing yards as a team, and their quarterback, he wasn't so bad either. David Carr, what's different about Dak Prescott this year?
Dak is doing a fantastic job. First, he has his offensive line and his center back. Zeke is playing better than he has in the last few years, and the key is Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore has given him the answers to the test before the play even starts. If you have a good coordinator, you have a chance. If you don't, you do not. Amari Cooper is going to come in motion. You're going to see the tip, man-to-man coverage. Dak already knows it. All we got to do is get the middle linebacker out of there. So how do we do it? We take Ezekiel Elliott, and we're going to run into the sideline. It's going to pull the linebacker out, and now you've got a clean throwing lane. All you have to do is hold the safety in the middle of the field, and you have outside leverage to Amari, make a nice throw, easy money. Play was done before it even started. That's fantastic coordinating. That's a great job by Kellen Moore, and that's why Dak's playing so well.
Bit of a head-scratcher in Seattle yesterday. Seahawks had nearly twice as many yards as the Saints. They were better on 3rd down. They won the time of possession. They had fewer penalties for fewer yards. Turnovers were a wash. How in the world, LT, did the Saints win this game?
Lindsay, you ever heard of a guy named Alvin Kamara? I call him Mr. Versatility. He really reminds me of Marshall Faulk, a guy that you can line up all over the football field and create mismatches. If you line him up wide, you put a linebacker on him, that's a mismatch. You put a safety on him, that's a mismatch. But when he does his damage is in open field, as you see right here. Just so slippery when he's breaking tackles, just a home run hitter. This guy is so fun to watch.
Alvin Kamara, the #1 fantasy running back this week. Dalvin Cook, the #1 fantasy back this year. Yesterday's game against the Raiders, his 3rd straight 100-yard outing. Vikings, the only team in the NFL with more rushing yards than passing yards. How are they doing it, Willie?
Through the running game, Mike Zimmer, my friend, your dreams have come true. And we're going to call this the Kubiak effect. Now, they're physical up front, they're running the football, and when you watch the tape, it's the zone run. Look at what the linemen are doing. You want to get these defenders, you want to get their shoulder pads and them running towards the sideline. By them creating this space, it creates the lanes. Look at all those guys are moving the opposite way. It gives a great running lane for Dalvin Cook. He finds the seam, makes a great cut. It's one stick and go on this type of an offense. And guess what? When you have this type of movement on the offensive line, All your running backs. Here's Alexander Madison doing the same thing. Great movement by the offensive line. Get those shorter passes from the defenders, going parallel, opens up a U seam, and guess what that does to the passing game? Now we get to see Kirk Cousins. It buys time. Now you commit 7 guys to the box. Everybody's looking at Cook. Look, nobody's around Kirk Cousins. Take your time, be poised, wait for the route to develop down the field, hit a wide open Adam Thielen for a big play. This balance, it gives you more rush attempts, it takes the pressure off the quarterback, and now you have a productive offense that Mike Zimmer always dreamed about. Lindsay?
All right, NFL Network's award-winning original series, NFL 360, returns tomorrow. Host Melissa Stark takes us through compelling stories otherwise not told across the NFL landscape. Tomorrow's season premiere features Deshaun Jackson returning to his home in Los Angeles to explore the powerful legacy of a late friend and music icon.
Last time I seen him was at the Grammys or whatever. Right. And it was a night for his thing or whatnot, so he didn't even know I was coming. He like, neighbors. I'm like, what's up, cuz? So we hollering. And then Jay-Z come over and holler at me. And then Nip say, man, I can't believe you and Jay-Z is at my thing. I say, cuz, you arrived.
For sure.
I said, you arrived, cuz. Right. That's why we here, cuz you arrived. And he walked off, and then me and Jay-Z was just talking. And we was like,
bro, doing it.
Like, we was just like praising him. Like, and then I seen Jay-Z after Nip died. I seen him in Virginia. And cuz held me so tight. And he was like, man, we was just talking about Nip. He said, man, I really loved him, man. Right. And the way he held me, it was like, it was different. For sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, he really loved him. You get what I'm saying? Like, 100%. Like, certain people in life really touch you no matter where they from or whatnot. You get up on him, it's like his spirit was so beautiful. It's like, when I seen Jay-Z and Beyonce at the funeral, I knew he loved it.
For sure.
Good thing we've got an extra 15 minutes in which to do it. Lindsay Rhodes and Scott Hansen here with you until tonight's game kicks off on NFL Total Access, presented by Bridgestone.
Yeah, both of us resisted the urge to call in sick today. One NFL superstar did not. We'll get to that story in just a bit. But first, here's what you need to know at this hour. Cam Newton is out again. The Panthers announcing here on Monday that Cam will not play on Sunday at Houston, still dealing with the foot injury. More on this story coming up in just a bit. Ian Rappaport has a source that says Julian Edelman will be quote-unquote good with his rib injury. Edelman left yesterday's win over the Jets in the first half, did not return. X-rays were negative. And millions of Giants fans have been holding their breath since the second quarter of yesterday's game against the Buccaneers. The news on Saquon Barkley came in today. It's a high ankle sprain. He will miss significant time. Let's go to Ian Rappaport for more details on this one. Our NFL media insider joins us live. It's not as bad as something that would need surgery, Ian, but this is still going to cost him a chunk of the season. What do we know?
That's right. It does sound like Saquon Barkley, the Giants' star running back, is going to miss more than a month with this high ankle sprain, which is, Scott, essentially what the Giants thought last night. They were thinking 4 to 6 weeks is the rough estimate, the rough time frame for a high ankle sprain. He had his MRI earlier today, and the MRI confirmed what they thought, which is that he is going to be out about a month or maybe a couple weeks more than that. In 7 weeks from now, they have a bye, so potentially the Giants could err on the side of caution, keep him out 7 weeks, and have him play the 8th week. Either way, they now are going to be without probably their best player, regardless of position, and Daniel Jones, the starter who impressed so much in that come-from-behind win, the dramatic win against the Buccaneers in Tampa Bay, is now going to have to do it without Saquon. Wayne Gallman now, the starting running back for the Giants, and they may also add a veteran along the way, too.
Yeah, these games he's going to miss are going to be his first since his freshman year at Penn State. Thank you, Ian. Come back to you in just a bit.
But never fear, Danny Dimes is here, and that is the last time you'll hear me call him that. Daniel Jones, a cult hero in New York, as you see here in the various papers that popped up on newsstands. We've got Dantastic. We have New Man in Town. Whoa, Danny Boy. Danomite. I don't think that they have started construction yet on the statue in Times Square, but I do think that Gettleman is moving around a little easier today. The rookie balling out yesterday. Willie McGinnis, LaDainian Tomlinson David Carr. Am I wrong to be as excited about what I saw yesterday from him as I am?
Absolutely not. That was exciting.
That was exciting.
That he did.
really
He played
was.
fantastic.
I give him his props. He played really
A
well.
lot of
He really
people
did.
owe Dave Gettleman apologies.
Yeah, it does
Yeah.
feel that way a little bit today,
Right,
doesn't
right.
it?
Yeah.
How did he change things so dramatically for them?
So there's a difference between finding completions in an offense and really putting pressure on the defense by the completions that you're finding. So Eli Manning was great at finding the completion. He'd hit it, he'd complete 70% of the passes. But what Daniel did was come in and keep his eyes down the field when there was pressure around him.